In a few minutes we will be signing Assembly Bill 32. When we sign this bill, we will begin a bold new era of environmental protection here in California that will change the course of history. And some great leaders are here today with us to join us today to be part of this groundbreaking moment. British Prime Minister Tony Blair will join us via satellite. We want to thank him for that. And New York Governor George Pataki is here today, who will say later on a few words and talk a little bit about global warming. And the bill's two authors, Speaker Fabian Nunez and Assemblywoman Fran Powerfully, are here with us today, right over here. Give them a big hand for the great work that they have done. So is Linda Adams, Secretary for Environmental Protection, who worked very hard on this bill and has been our head negotiator. And we also have Tom King, CEO of Pacific Gas and Electric, another big supporter. And Tom Graff. Then we have Tom Graff, Regional Director of California Defense, the environmental advocates, who have been extremely helpful on this whole thing. And many others, including my hardworking staff that is here today. I want to thank them also, because without them it wouldn't have happened. A big hand to my staff, my hardworking staff, and Speaker Nunez's staff. You know, when I campaigned for governor, I made it very clear that we have to turn the economy around and make the economy grow again. But I also said that we must do everything we can to protect the environment and to fight against global warming. And this is something that we owe our children and that we owe our grandchildren. And as I know, and as all of you know, we can't do this simultaneously. We can make the economy grow and also protect our economy and protect our environment. AB 32 is good for business. Not only large and well-established businesses, but small businesses that will harness their entrepreneurial spirit to help us achieve our climate goals. In fact, we will create a whole new industry that will pump up our economy. A clean tech industry that creates jobs, sparks new cutting-edge technology, and is a model for the rest of the nation and the rest of the world. And because of my great partners in the legislature, that is exactly what we are doing with this bill. Using market-based incentives that will reduce carbon emissions to the 1990 level by the year 2020. That is a drop of 25% of carbon emissions. But this is only the beginning, because by 2050, we will reduce emissions by another 80%. We simply must do everything that we can in our power to slow down global warming before it is too late. And believe me, this was a team effort. A lot of people worked together on this. One person could never do this. Speaker Nunez and Assemblywoman Powerfully did a fantastic job getting this bill through the legislature. And I want to say thank you to both of you for your incredible leadership in believing in this. Thank you very much. I want to also thank Senator Parada for his great leadership in the Senate, for getting the bill through there. It's too bad that he couldn't come here today, but we really appreciate his hard work and believing in a clean environment and in fighting global warming. And the environmental community, I also want to thank them, because they were there on every step of the way, providing great leadership, inspiration, and technical assistance. So a big hand also to the environmental community, please. And also far-sighted companies such as PG&E, BP, Waste Management, Safeway, and the list goes on and on and on, that supported this bill because they know that we can save our planet and boost our economy at the same time. We have had great help also and support from Prime Minister Tony Blair, because he knows how important this is for the entire world. As a matter of fact, in England, they're using exactly this system to comply with the Kyoto Treaty, and they have cut carbon emissions by 12% since 1990 and grown the economy at the same time by 35%. That is quite an accomplishment. So let's hear a big hand for Prime Minister Tony Blair for this great accomplishment. And also Governor Pataki of New York, he's also committed to making a difference on this issue. New York, as a matter of fact, is part of the 7-state compact in the Northeast, that will reduce greenhouse gas emissions from electric power plants. So as you can see, there's a lot of people and a lot of entities working together on this. This is truly exciting, and the most exciting part for me is that this will lead to us leading the way for other states and for other nations. Other countries like India and China, Brazil and Mexico will join us when they see all the great work that we are doing. And so will finally also our federal government follow us. Trust me. I'm convinced of that this will happen because nothing is more important than protecting our planet. So I hope that all of you are as proud as I am, as California leads the way on one of the most important issues that are facing our time, which is the fight against global warming. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let me go and let's hear from our great friend, Prime Minister Tony Blair, who has been a worldwide leader on this issue. We want to thank him for joining us here today and thank you for your friendship. Please, Prime Minister Tony Blair.
Thank you very much indeed, Governor, and I'm absolutely honoured to say these few words to you from England, to San Francisco. And Governor, first of all, can I thank you for your remarkable leadership on this issue? Can I thank Mayor Newsom? I remember his passionate commitment to this when I was over in California in July, and a big congratulations to all those in the legislature that have had the vision and the courage and the boldness to come together and do something really important, not just for California, but for the whole of the world. And you guys have set yourself a really bold target, but I think that's right. I think it's important, and I'd just like to tell you why it's important, not just for you, but this will echo right round the rest of the world. As the governor was saying a moment or two ago, we set some pretty tough targets here. We've met those targets, but the most important thing is that people told us that if we took tough action on the environment, we were liable to suffer a tough problem on jobs and the economy. That's not been the case. What we've actually found is we've grown our economy. We're going to meet our Kyoto targets, but as much as anything else, here's what's interesting. We have created hundreds of thousands of jobs in environmental technology. Now, this is the win-win, if we're intelligent about it, for safeguarding the planet's future, but also making our economy strong, however, in a sustainable way. And what we're trying to do at an international level now is to make sure that when the Kyoto Protocol expires in 2012, that we're able to get an agreement that brings everyone together, not just the countries that have signed up to Kyoto, but America, make sure that China and India and the other countries that will have strong economic growth in the future, bring everyone together in a framework that incentivizes business, that gives us some targets that are sensible, realistic, but also protect our environment and move the whole agenda on in the international community from one of division to one of unity and common purpose in order to meet this enormous challenge. And one of the reasons why I was so pleased to participate in the events I did in California a couple of months ago, and why I really do say to the governor and to everyone who's involved in this, you are showing brilliant leadership that will inspire and excite a lot of people worldwide, is that if we can get the leadership, not just from countries that have traditionally been very strong on this issue, but from states within the United States of America as well, and hopefully in time from the whole of America, if we can get that leadership, then this has enormous possibilities. And the UK-California partnership that we signed a couple of months ago when I was in California, that's going to mean cooperation on technology, cooperation on science. But here's what is really important as well. In Europe, we have been pushing for, and we now have, a carbon trading system. In time to come, I think it's possible that we can have countries outside of Europe or states outside of Europe actually joining this system. If that happens, then you get a tremendous momentum behind a system that will allow us worldwide to take the action necessary to protect our environment in the way that we know it needs to be protected. So this is a proud day for political leadership, I think, and it's an historic day, obviously, for California. I think you should know it's an historic day for the rest of the world as well. There are people here in my country, in Europe, right round the world, who are watching what you do in California today and are applauding it and are gaining strength and confidence and belief from it. So all I can say is congratulations. I think this is just a great thing, and I'm personally very honored and privileged to be part of it. Good luck. It is a bold action to take, but it's absolutely the right one for California, for America, and for the world. Thank you.
Well, we want to say thank you to Prime Minister Tony Blair for these wonderful remarks. But it is time now to create some action and to sign the bills. Okay.